Maxwell House Coffee presents this season's final edition of Good News of 1939.
Now, good news goes to a party. We ask you to imagine yourselves on stage 30 of the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer lot in the shadow of beautiful Emerald City, where scenes of The Wizard of Oz were made. Here in this beautiful setting, Judy Garland entertains our guests by singing her big song in the picture, Over the Rainbow. Judy?
Over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, sky bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly me on the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Judy, that sounds like a surefire hit, and you sang it beautifully.
Thank you.
Have I told you I think you're absolutely magnificent in the picture?
Well, no, you haven't.
All right, you are.
What?
Absolutely magnificent.
Oh, thank you.
Now, Judy, don't run away. We want you to sing some more later. But right now, I want everybody to meet two other members of the Wizard cast. Bert Lauer, the Cowardly Lion, and Ray Bolger, the Straw Man. These two characters, along with Jack Haley, who plays the Tin Woodman, are Judy's companions on her trip through the land of Oz. And if we had Jack Haley here, we could present their song.
We can do it without Haley, Bob.
How?
You sing Haley's part. Nobody'll know the difference.
I bet Haley'll know.
Well, Jack's in New York and can't be with us. But if the Cowardly Lion and the Straw Man have no objections, I'll be glad to double in time. Let's have a whack at it, Meredith. First, Ray Bolger as the Straw Man.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain.
With the thoughts you'd be thinking you could be another Lincoln if you only had a brain.
Oh, I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thought before, and then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just a nuffin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. And perhaps I'd deserve you and be even worthy of you if I only had a brain.
Now, Bob Young doubling for Jack Haley as the Tin Woodman. When a man's an empty kettle, he should be on his mettle, and yet I'm torn apart. Just because I'm presuming that I could be kind of human if I only had a heart. I would register emotion, jealousy, devotion, and really feel the part. I would stay young and chipper, and I'd lock it with the zipper if I only had a heart. Now, Bert Lauer is the Cowardly Lion.
Gee, it's sad, believe me, Missy, when you're born to be a sissy without the
And I'm sure to get a brain,
a heart,
A home.
the name.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest this evening at our party. A man who has a special and unique reason for being at any celebration connected with the Wizard of Oz. Because 35 years ago, he and his famous partner were the stars of the original Broadway production of The Wizard. You have all heard of the team of Montgomery and Stone, and I know you'll join me in saluting Fred Stone here tonight. Fred, it's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Fred, there's one fellow here tonight you certainly ought to meet, and that's the man who plays your original part in the picture, the Straw Man. That's the role you created, isn't it?
That's right, the straw man, Bob.
Well, I want you to shake hands with Ray Bolger, the Straw Man in the picture. Ray, this is Fred Stone.
Fred Stone. Oh, Mr. Stone, I've always considered you the greatest eccentric dancer that ever lived.
Well, thank you, Ray. I sincerely consider you the finest eccentric dancer of the present time. In fact, I can truthfully say you're the man I'd have chosen to play the part of the straw man myself.
Oh, gosh, that means a lot coming from you.
Well, we thought we had a grand production in The Wizard. It was pretty good, too, in 1904. It was, of course, in those days. Yes, it was all right.
1904. Gosh, Mr. Stone, why, that was the year I was born.
You don't say. Well, young man, I'm thrilled to meet you here so many years later.
No, I'm the one that's thrilled. I remember when you came to Boston at the Colonial Theater in your great show, Jack-o'-lantern, which, by the way, was the first show that I was ever allowed to see. And your wonderful performance in that show gave me my inspiration to be an actor, you know.
Well, Ray, you've done a pretty good job for yourself.
I wish I could think of an answer, Mr. Stone.
That's all right, son. The straw man ain't supposed to think. He never had a brain.
Say, am I supposed to take that as a compliment?
Certainly, my boy. From now on, I'll always think of Ray Bolger as the straw man.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
We're going to try a little experiment now, ladies and gentlemen. We want to present one of the production numbers from The Wizard of Oz, a song sequence greeting little Dorothy when she first arrived in the land of Oz. She's been whirled away from her home in Kansas by a tornado, house and all. And by a strange coincidence, her house lands right on top of a wicked witch in the land of Oz. So the people who live there are very glad to see her. Right after the crash, the natives, who are called Munchkins, if you remember, peep shyly out from behind the shrubbery and begin to sing a welcome to Dorothy. Listen.
Come out, wherever you are, and meet the young lady who fell from a star. She brings you good news. Oh, haven't you heard? When she fell on the canvas, a miracle occurred.
It really was no miracle. What happened was just this. The house began to pitch, the kitchen took a switch, and suddenly the hinges started to unhitch. Just then, the witch, to satisfy an itch, went flying on her broomstick, thumbing for a hitch.
And oh, what happened then was rich. A house began to pitch, the kitchen took a switch, it turned on the wicked witch in the middle of the ditch. Which was not a healthy situation for a wicked witch who began to twitch. And what we do to just a stitch, but what was once a wicked witch. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch. Wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Wake up, you sleepy head. Rub your eyes. Get out of bed. Wake up, the wicked witch is dead. She's gone where the goblins go below. Below your home. Let's open up and sing, and ring the bells of ding dong, merry ho. Sing it high, sing it low. Let them know the wicked witch is gone.
And now another of the sparkling songs from the Wizard production, Bert Lahr's characterization of the Cowardly Lion.
As I clicked my heel, all the trees would kneel, and the mountains bow, and the bulls kowtow, and the sparrow would take wing. I was a king. Each rabbit would show respect to me. The chipmunks genuflect me. Though my tail would lash, I would show compass for every underling. I was king. A king.
Rabbit would show respect to him. The chipmunk genuflect to him.
And his wife would be queen of the May.
Malaby Manak, Namon, Nantaname. The courage is the thing of kings, which courage I'd be king of kings. And the whole year round I'd be hailed and crowned by every living
That was The King of the Forest by Bert Lauer. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, the party wouldn't be complete unless all the guests take part in a get-together sing. Come on, everybody. Ray, Bert, Judy, you start us off, Frank Morgan.
Ha, 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 and ho, 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 and a couple of tra-la-las. They're sowing off the die away in the merry old land of Oz. Buzz, 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 chirp, 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 and a couple of la-dee-daws. Then now the crickets crick all day in the merry old land of Oz. We get up at 12 and start to work at 1. Take an hour for lunch, and then at 2 we're done. Oh, jolly good fun! Oh, ha, ha, oh, ha, ha. And a couple of tra-la-las. They're sowing off the day away in the merry old land of Oz.
Judy?
Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't
Ray Bolger. I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And perhaps I deserve you and be even worthy of you if I only had a brain.
Bert Lauer? Gee, it's sad, believe me, Missy, when you're born to be a sissy without the blimmin' five. But I could show my prowess, be a lion, not a mouse, if I only had the nerve.
We're off to see the wizard, a wonderful Wizard of Oz. Here he is, the Wizard of Wiz, if ever a Wizard of Oz. If ever a Wizard was, the Wizard of Oz is one because. All of the wonderful things he does.